Now, as a realtor, you've either dabbled in Google Ads management tool itself, seen how overcomplicated it is, or you've used YouTube as a channel to try and generate some organic traffic. Regardless of what you're doing it wrong. I can tell you that for a fact. It's probably likely that you've got a YouTube channel, but you're not using YouTube ads themselves, just a channel. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that. But just a bit of an introduction. I'm Dylan Kirk. I'm the CEO and founder of Estato. In fact, I can actually go around and show you a little bit here. But yeah, I'm the CEO and founder of Estato, and the company is based around helping realtors close more deals by focusing entirely over quality instead of quantity. Realizing the fact that you could have maybe 100 leads from either like Google, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, for God's sake. You could have 100 leads from each, but if they're not going to close, it's pointless having them. If they're not good quality, they're not actually decent leads. It's just a number. It's just a figure. It's not real data. So instead, I'm going to explain to you how to have success with YouTube ads under these pillars. Making sure you never go wrong with YouTube ads again, but if you follow this format here, we're going to go through it all in depth here, so just have a look. So I'm going to start off by explaining on the left-hand side here, you've got the YouTube ads North Star. Well, what does this mean? So essentially what you're looking at here, you're basically looking to see what's your ultimate goal from YouTube ads itself. Now, I know I've mentioned that with YouTube ads, if you're doing it organic traffic, you're probably doing it wrong, and that's a guarantee for a fact. But ultimately, you need to have a North Star in place to make sure that what your YouTube ads are doing is doing the right thing for you. It's different for a load of people. For a lot of realtors out there, it's probably about generating traffic, or it's driving leads to, to a funnel, or you're driving it to some sort of like sign up or something like that. Maybe even an email list, depending on what you're doing. But for some realtors, it's about social presence. Maybe you're trying to generate reviews up and try and get that going. More on that later. But essentially what this pillar is about, it's basically sat here to say, you need to have your mindset focused on one thing. You can't have it focused on generating traffic and social presence and creating more leads in the funnel. It doesn't work like that. It can work like that, but you're overcomplicating it for the sake of overcomplicating it. Have one thing and focus on that one thing. And for this example, I'm going to focus on what we do, which is drive leads towards funnels. Seeing as that's what we specialize in, it only makes sense to do that. So for example, if you're creating more leads for a funnel, you're going to base like your scripts, your presentation, your offer, it's going to be all based around this fact. You're trying to create more leads through funnels. So then we move on to the next point, which is attraction. How are you going to attract these people on the YouTube ad? Forgetting the fact that first of all, there's a good chunk of people already on YouTube Red or YouTube Premium that don't even see ads in the first place. But for that remaining percentage, how are you going to attract these people in an even smaller pond than you would have had already? Well, starting off, we have the hook. So in the first 5 seconds, you need to grab their attention. If you've been on YouTube or you've had a channel for more than, I don't know, maybe a day, you've probably had the thing where, 5 seconds is roughly the length of time before someone decides they're going to watch your video or not watch your video. And in this case, it's going to be a case if they're watching your ad or not watching your ad, which is killer. Especially if you're in control of your ad budget. The first 5 seconds, if you don't have a good first 5 seconds, you're burning money. And this can be done either through a bold claim or some sort of scary statement. Maybe a statement about the market, maybe claiming that if you want to sell your house or prep it the best way possible or save some time, this is how you do it. But attraction is very important to making sure that you're actually focusing on the right thing and making sure you're getting the right audience from that. But you gotta remember, it's not just about attracting people, it's all about disqualifying people. And we'll get into it in a minute, but if you know already what your market's doing and what it reacts to best, then it's about qualifying those people. Because then Google becomes aware of who's clicking on what, who's your target audience and who's not. It's then gonna show to those target audience. So yeah, hook, bold claims, scary statements. Next one is significance and reputation. Now, once you've gone through the first 5 seconds, you've made your bold claim, you're aware that you want to generate more leads to funnels and stuff like that. The next bit you need to drop in this YouTube ad is to make sure you have significance or some sort of reputation. How well trusted are you? And well, basically, how well do you perform? Why should they listen to you over the next realtor? And this is where I actually say, if you don't have testimonials or if you don't have any recorded reviews or even a Google review campaign, I would recommend you don't do YouTube ads until you have these core principles. If you don't have them, you can kiss YouTube ad success goodbye. Because it's all well and good making a bold claim, but if you don't have the reputation to back it up, then no one's going to listen to you. But this is where these 3 core principles come in. So you can do testimonials. So with realtors, it's not really the case that you're going to have like video testimonials. It's more going to be the case you've got Google review campaigns, maybe you've got a Zillow reviews list, Realtor.com, those are good ones. But this can also be an opportunity to be different. So for example, if a lot of people are doing Google review campaigns, maybe you could be the one realtor that stands out by having recorded reviews. So maybe with referrals or past clients, you can get them to make a quick 5-minute video, maybe even like a 60-second video, just doing a quick review of what their experience has been like with you, how long they've been working with you, how many years, what's your experience working with you like, or even a statistic to say, I've been working in this area for how many years, I've served this many clients, I've served over $100,000 in property, and I know what I'm doing. If any of you are aware of Ryan Serhant, this is basically what he did in New York, and this is why he's crushing it and why he's expanding into every state as we speak. Next up is the bird's eye explanation. So you've got your significance, you've got your bold claim, you've got your stereo statement. Right, now how are you going to back up the explanation to suit that? Now, this can be done in a numerous amount of ways. Obviously, on the right here, we go into a bit what the right offers would be, what's the right solution for that problem. But this is about finding a killer offer. It's not detailing how to solve that problem in detail, because that's what you serve later funnels for, your videos as well on YouTube, that's the purpose they serve. And also just providing a general overview of what you provide. Now, you can be very basic and just say, look, as a realtor, I help you buy the right property for you, or I help sell the property at a fair price. But it's more about being extravagant with it and just saying, I'm going to dedicate my service to helping you find the best deal for your home. Obviously not pushing that into unrealistic territory. You don't want to missell people, but providing just a general overview of what exactly it is you do. Finally, fifth and final pillar is the personal solver. So this is where you can dive into the meat and potatoes and how you help this person individually. This is where your call to action comes in. So you say, click the blue button. Again, this goes back to your North Star. So for me, it'd be click the blue button below and it'll take you to our website or our funnel where I can give you basically the info you need. So if we're doing an ebook offer, that's exactly what I do. Two main offers that work really well, especially with sellers, just some free nuggets of info here. Ebook offers and home evals, they perform so well. Depends on what market you're in, but both do really well. Next up, you have the pressure on a solution. You got to remember that with a lot of people, it's the case that this is the biggest investment they're ever going to make. As a realtor, you don't need me to tell you that. But some people need it reminding, because it's the case that this is a really good way to help basically make sure that you're the best person for the job. Really listening to their situation, their financial situation, and how you could basically be that bridge to get them to where they want to be. The fact this is the place they're going to spend 10, 15, 20 years of their life now, they got to make sure it's comfy, right? They got to make sure that they're in the best possible situation, and why not have the best possible person for that situation? Which is why the pressure on solution comes into it. 5 seconds spare at the end, so if you're doing like a 45-second ad, the last 5 seconds can be around 5 seconds spare to allow them to do that call to action, whether that be subscribing to your YouTube channel, clicking a link below to join a funnel, or even just generating more traffic. So next up, we've got what offers work best. Now, again, as I say here, this depends on the market reaction. The same offer doesn't rinse and repeat for every single state. We've tried that at a state, it does not work. Every market is different, and I truly mean every market is different. You need to find out what your market's biggest pain point is, and what is going to encourage your audience the most to click through to your funnel. Remember, you need to give them a reason to do that. If you're not giving them a reason to click through, your CTR is going to tank, or click-through rate. Two main ways to do this is split testing offers and ChatGPT. It sounds like a meme that I'm saying ChatGPT, with all the AI buzzwords going around, it's everywhere, right? It's mainstream. But ChatGPT, I still recommend. It's a very good tool. It's always improving. Weirdly, a lot of my ad offers come from ChatGPT, and a lot of the best offers actually came from it. But if you're ever stuck for ideas on what kind of offer, whether that being webinar, ebook, home eval, personalized inventory list if you're a buyer agent, it really does depend, but just making sure that you're trying everything before making a final decision. But the biggest thing is focusing on perfecting your offer first. So this is what I mentioned here in this setup video here we have for clients. So essentially going through here, we talk through and go through why do funnels work, how they work, getting the best way to set up opt-ins for success, creating one and stuff like that. It's really going through and talking about the best offers. So, only have one product, one offer running. Don't overcomplicate things, etc. Clickbait as well, mentioning clickbait. Do not mention clickbait, it's misleading. In short, deliver what you say you're going to deliver on. Don't do anything more than that and you'll be fine. Also have a video on YouTube for clients as well, how effective the right offer can be. It basically goes through detailing how tracking works and stuff like that. Reiterating the video and making sure that you know exactly what the offer is going to be like, what helps with it, if the quality would work here. But essentially this video here gives a comprehensive guide on how to track and basically what the effect of having a good offer actually works. Finally, we have two more boxes here. So first of all, the telltale signs of what actually works. It's a very simple cycle. So input or feedback. So input and then implement. And then implement, input, implement. So basically you want to go through, find out what your feedback is. If you don't have any feedback, then just try what works best. So again, I've given you some good examples here: ebook, home eval, webinar, personalized inventory, stuff like that. Put that into YouTube ads, you implement it, finding out what the best product or offer is. Then you get some feedback based off that and you rinse and repeat until you find the best possible solution. And why it's very important to find the best possible solution is in this final one here. So once you find out what works, double down. Not only double down, double, triple, quadruple down. And basically highlighting the importance of split testing. This was like a really last minute put together diagram